Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody after 2 days of a break. So guys, we are going to start with Kaspa's related tweets, X's, so on and so forth, and after that of course charts and all of the data. So if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, and of course a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. Now, ladies and gents, we are not going to look at the liquidity in this, current update. We are going to look at, let's say, more of a macro perspective, and we are going to kind of, try to figure out of where we are in this cycle for BTC, altcoins, and of course, Kaspa. So, guys, let's start with some news. We've got Kaspa research and development, blah, blah, blah. So, in the interest of transparency and knowledge sharing, Kaspa's core research and development discussions previously private will now be made public in a view-only Telegram group at blah blah blah. This supplements the discussions in Discord's research, general and development channels. We would like to invite developers, enthusiasts and the curious to join the new Telegram group and learn more about the development process and the various topics discussed. So guys, I'm actually going to join this group. Hopefully it's not full of scams, and speaking about scams, please ignore this nonsense in the comments. I will most likely gonna work on this. I will try to do my best, but obviously guys, please remember that I cannot really delete every single comment one by one, because that would require me to be on a computer 24/7, and I do have a life outside of crypto, believe it or not. Anyways guys, coming back to this news, I guess this is very bullish. Obviously, I mean bullish, I guess this is very nice to see that these discussions about Kaspa's future and development are actually going to be public. So I'll be able to share more of insights with you on the channel, and of course you can check it yourself. But anyways, let's move on, because Jim is posting this chart. This is daily for BTC and daily for crypto. So let's listen up of what is he saying. BTC leads the market in bull runs, but fear not. The next phase is when the strongest non-BTC assets lead, and Kaspa could be among the leaders going into 2025. Sitting on the low end of its range, Kaspa is roughly a 5x to 50 cents, a 10x to $1, and 25x to $3. It would not be entertaining projections like this on anything else but Kaspa, because Kaspa has fundamentals that justify much higher market caps. So obviously guys, right, the fundamentals and overall the strength of the project is strong. So of course guys, I can tell you like, oh, this is my price prediction, but at the end of the day nobody really knows, just like with the case with BTC, that actually we can see the chart of right in front of our eyes. So Kaspa, obviously the sky is the limit with Kaspa, but obviously there is a recent drama and some kind of a drawbacks from different influencers and all of this. Guys, I would like to provide you data and actual facts, right? So it is possible for Kaspa to reach that 25x, but remember guys, there's lots of people that got into Kaspa much earlier. They'll be offloading their profits. Of course, we've got some whales, and we are going to speak about whales very soon. But my point is guys, that that 25x is possible, $3 obviously, considering the fact of where we are in this cycle, but we are going to get into that very soon. Now, another part of the bullish news is that Kaspa hash rate new all-time high, which means interest in Kaspa is growing and more people are investing in hardware components, right? So we've got 1.75 exahash per second, and we've got roads to 2 exahashes that actually begins. And funny enough, I remember how big news it was a couple of months ago when I have announced to you that Kaspa is at 1 exahash per second, right? So guys, things are obviously grinding slowly for Kaspa, but this number being bigger essentially means that more people, crypto enthusiasts, miners, whoever, looking at this hash rate are like, okay, so let me actually buy these miners and let's mine Kaspa. And this is how adoption is basically happening, just like it did with BTC. Anyways guys, we've got this chart posted by Saints. So he says that a few days ago Kaspa hit oversold levels on the daily RSI. This signal has only occurred 3 times in the past, and each time marked a bottom. Those moves averaged 1,300%, which would target around $1.50 if history repeats. If you hold zero Kaspa, please ask yourself what's riskier, being sidelined or starting a position here. Well, obviously guys, not financial advice, but to do this right. On a daily RSI, Kaspa properly bottomed, right? So obviously we do have fuel to go. And also looking at the candles, right, we are basically closer to this support area where Kaspa actually was for just a while back in the days. So most likely Kaspa is going to bounce back, but of course we have to look at the overall market, which is actually dipping at the moment. But anyways, we will go through different charts. Now guys, we've got this, something that you have seen in the timeline. While everyone was nagging about the price action, whale number 5, aka the mysterious whale, added another 39 million Kaspa just in the last 24 hours. Now it's holding 419 million Kaspa. Don't lose the game to whales. Who do you think this is? So guys, that's the thing, right? Lettuce heads are basically selling the retail, and I'm not saying that this current whale isn't retail, but basically, you know, people are selling and people that have much more money are basically buying. So what does it mean to you, right? Do these people know something that you don't? Well, probably not, right? Well, unless they are connected, obviously, but they are just being patient, I believe. Of course, they have more money to be patient. I totally get you guys, but this is the data that you've got, that I've got for you today, and that basically means that, you know, Kaspa is prone for a breakout, but God knows who, when exactly. And now guys, check this out. Tether FUD, China ban, harsh crypto regulation, these are indicators of a massive bull run. When whales want to buy your coins at cheap, they come with these FUDs to scare you. Study 2017 and 2021 cycle, as these things have happened again and again. And guys, I really do hope that actually, besides watching these videos of mine, well, hopefully you're going to watch a lot, you know, videos on my channel, obviously, but, you know, hopefully besides that, you are actually zooming out in trading view and you are learning to do macro analysis, because I believe that you know, patience is being printed there through these macro analysis, where you actually see the patterns, right? Just spend some time, not only by watching videos, but also studying trading view and studying the history essentially. Anyways, let's move on, because we've got this. FTX will start paying 16 billion in claims from 3rd January 2025, nearly 12 billion in stable coins. Guys, obviously that is going to be big. And now guys, I'm not saying that all of this money is going to end up pumping our bags and Kaspa, so on and so forth, but that money is going to end up in people's wallets, right? In crypto enthusiasts, right? And they're going to roll that money back, right? Because they have lost to FTX. Now obviously they are going to be paying the money back, and I don't think that they are going to be like, oh okay, let's just pocket it and not reinvest. So based on this, we can clearly assume that something big is brewing. But not only this, because now we've got ETH that will pump big in Q1, and here is why. Forming bullish cap and handle pattern on the monthly time frame, 3.2 billion in inflows since November election, percentage of long-term holders are now higher than BTC, Ethereum has pumped 518% and 161 in the last 2 post-halving years, 5k ETH is invaluable in Q1 2025 and probably beyond, guys, right? So, you know, brace yourself, because this is usually when this, you know, phase number 2 for altcoins actually is starting, right? Bitcoin obviously is let's say topping 150k, 200, whatever, but Ethereum, you know, haven't even smashed through its all-time highs, previous all-time highs. So guys, we are on the verge of this big alt cycle, okay? But you just gotta be patient. Anyways, let's move, because Kyle is pointing this out. Holy shit, Hong Kong considers Bitcoin in their fiscal reserves. They are gearing up to hodl big and boost the crypto scene. This is the signal we've been waiting for. Yes guys, we have to remember about the fact that China actually has banned, and of course Hong Kong last cycle, you know, the Bitcoin and crypto, so there was no liquidity coming from this part of the world. And now we also have liquidity, you know, to be flowing from this part of the world, not mentioning about ETFs from America and all of this. Guys, things will gonna be juicy. But anyways, speaking about ETFs, let's have a look, right? Because we've got some negativity. Let's actually have a look for BTC first, and then we are going to go back to Ethereum. So guys, we've got, well, 415 and 287 negative outflows, right? However, BlackRock was actually purchasing BTC on 27th of December, and we've got almost 80 million of purchases. Now, Ethereum doesn't necessarily look as negative than these advertisements. Let me get out of it. But we can clearly see that we've got, let's say, a little bit more positivity. We've got 47 mil of inflows for BTC. So BlackRock purchased, and this ticker is Fidelity, right? So we've got Fidelity purchasing as well, but obviously, you know, as of yesterday, we got some outflows. But guys, this is the end of the year, basically. Happy New Year, by the way. And I wouldn't be really necessarily worried about this is just a short term. I believe that things actually will resume after the new year. But anyways, let's check our beloved Kaspa, because volume is quite concerning. But obviously volume everywhere, looking at crypto bubbles, which I don't have, but volume everywhere basically decreased. So I wouldn't be really scared about that. I would, let's say, be kind of, you know, shaking my pants if volume will be decreasing and everything else will be pumping, right, besides Kaspa and Kaspa's volume. But you know, it's normal. Anyways, ranking is at 46 and we are sitting at 2.9 billion if it comes to market cap. Now guys, we are sitting at 88.6% mined, and this obviously is going towards the upside, which obviously is good, right? And Kaspa is going to become scarce sooner or later, right? And at this point, looking of course at emission schedule, we can quickly see, and probably, you know, in the future, as you can see here, this is where the party for Kaspa will actually going to start, because there'll be less and less Kaspa coming out, but there'll be more and more demand, guys, right? So exactly like with Bitcoin, but probably even better. But anyways, if you want to keep your Kaspa safe outside of exchanges, make sure that you check out Tangem wallet, because most importantly, Tangem doesn't support only Kaspa, but of course many different projects, right? And the nice thing about Tangem is that you don't have to send your crypto back to exchange. You can actually swap it for USDT in the Tangem app. I believe this is a good deal, definitely much safer than these damn exchanges. And of course guys, you can get minus 20% off with my link, all right, with my promo code that is CryptoSpace basically. And of course you can find the link below this video, and you can also find the link for Bybit and Bitfinex, which are two very trustworthy exchanges in my opinion. So if you want to do some quick trade, right, and let's say juggle money through the markets, obviously exchanges are, you know, good for that, right? But if you are holding crypto long term, I suggest that you actually purchase Tangem, right? Because there is no need to store your crypto for, let's say, 2 years on exchange on which anything might happen. It's better to store it on a wallet, right? But if, for example, you want to make some quick trades, there you go, check these links out. Anyways guys, let's have a look at quick Kaspa trading view now. So we've got 4 hourly, right? So nothing really has changed on 4 hourly, as I was mentioning 2 days ago, right? Is that Kaspa is going to travel, you know, sideways probably, and sooner or later, hopefully sooner rather than later, Kaspa is going to, let me get out of this and actually extend that, right? Kaspa is going to break out of it, right? When exactly? That's the good question, right? We'll have to wait for, you know, push from Ethereum basically, and let's see what's going to happen in the first 2-3 weeks of January. But obviously we've got, you know, some bullish catalysts, which is Donald Trump. Now guys, let's move to other charts, right? Because now many people say Bitcoin has peaked, but when will it truly peak? Historically, BTC enters a parabolic phase after breaking its previous all-time highs and peaks within months, right? So we've got 2013 peaked 273 days after all-time high breakout, 2017 peaked 233 days after all-time high breakout, and 2021 peaked 328 days after breakout. For the 2025 cycle, if the history repeats, 233 days from breakout is June 2025, and 328 days from breakout is October 2025. And if we witness something similar, BTC could peak somewhere between June 2025 and October 2025. Of course, guys, it all depends if you guys are holding BTC, right? But, you know, the target could be huge, right? Many people are not expecting this, but, you know, on the macro perspective, that's a monthly chart, you know, this is where we are at, right? And people are basically calling for the bear cycle, right? Because Bitcoin is just pulling back a little bit. But guys, we are still missing this you know, banana phase, banana zone, parabolic stage, whatever, for BTC. These last let's say 2 pumps, pump and a half, or even 2, right, thanks to ETFs. Nonetheless guys, let's move. We've got Ethereum target that's 8,000 that is remaining unchanged. And why am I showing you Ethereum? Why am I showing you all of these different charts? Well, it's all connected, right? If Ethereum isn't going to be pumping the way it should, Kaspa isn't going to pump the way it should, right? The path to alt season. I hope that you are paying attention. Anyways, it is forming a larger consolidation before the massive bull run this time. Patterns in the 2021-2025 cycle are very similar to those in 2018-2021 cycle, right? So let's say that it is going to do 8,000, and yes, maybe it's not a huge gain from the perspective of you know, small investor, let's say, but obviously smaller projects and like Kaspa are going to see much more excess, right, and much more gains, right? How much exactly for Kaspa, God really knows, right? But let's say that 25x will be a sweet spot, okay, but let's say 12-15x also could be a good gain, right? Anyways guys, let's continue, because if we are going to follow the parabolic curve pattern for BTC, we are, let's say, in number 4.5 at the moment, right? So this is number 4, right? 4. So let's say that we are basically waiting for this last leg for BTC, which could be huge, right? The last leg, huge leg, and all of this, right? Let's see how things are going to play out. But guys, I'm not thinking that we are in a bear cycle, not at all, okay? I haven't sold anything, and yes, obviously it hurts, guys. I lost a lot of money on paper, but again, on paper, I'm waiting, and I'll be letting you know when I will be offloading. But anyways, let's move, because Crypto Rover is pointing this out. Bitcoin is about to explode according to EMA Bollinger Bands, right? So that green line in here. So every single time BTC is basically reaching this green line, we either have a little bit of pullback, if you can see here, or here potential rejection, and after that we have a huge, you know, vertical like move, right, for BTC. So this is what I was mentioning just now. We are still missing this last leg or leg and a half for BTC. And also we've got altcoin situation, right? So this is Q1 2024, right? This is total crypto market cap that is excluding top 10 on a daily, right? So that's the chart that I'm showing you on my trading view. But now obviously for the purposes of making it very easy, I hope it's easy, I'm showing you these you know, posts. But anyways, that's obviously valid. So we've got this falling wedge, right? And this is a macro chart, right, on daily, let's say. So at the moment, guys, everything still look bullish, right? That was Q1 2024, and this is where we are in Q1 2025. So now the question is, could we see a little bit of more pain? Well, yes, definitely, because why not, right? We could pull back to, you know, bottom of that falling wedge, right? But so what? Because we know what's going to come, right? Please remember that this game is not really easy. Well, it is easy on paper, but obviously lettuce hands and people that are impatient are being, you know, shaken out easily, so big players can actually take their money much easier. And now, guys, we've got total crypto market cap excluding top 10 dominance on a weekly time frame, all right? So we are basically experiencing that, you know, reversal every single time that altcoins are actually going into that green zone on his chart on a weekly. So that basically happened in June 17, May 2021, and now we are basically here April 2025, right? So the exit, let's say, is going to be April, May. So-called sell in May, go away, potentially can play again in this coming year 2025. So that dominance potentially is going to shoot vertically once the manipulation is going to end, and obviously selling for the tax purposes, and lettuce hands are actually going to realize that Tether FUD is actually not a FUD, it's just a FUD. Guys, to conclude, I think that things overall in the market are going to reverse, but it's going to be too late for people that basically sold you know, out of panic. All right, so I think your Kaspas and different projects, of course, as long as they are strong and good, are going to pump the way they should. All right, again, guys, remember that this game is not easy. They want you to be shaken out. They don't want you to make money, because you making money is basically taking their money. And of course, guys, besides little manipulations, you know, different catalysts, either bullish or bearish, are happening. I hope that helped, and guys, happy new year. Peace and love, crypto.